What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and today we're going to be checking out some games which are coming out in August 24. To begin, we have Black Myth Wukong. This is an action RPG coming from Game Science, where you, the destined one, will be able to explore Chinese mythology in a story based on the classical novel Journey to the West. Souls-like energy is strong with this one, with plenty of impressive large-scale bosses and lots of enemies and challenges to overcome. This has been described as a mix between Sekiro and Bloodborne, with twists that there's no blocking or parrying. Instead, you must dodge and use movement to outwit your opponents with the help of your staff. This will allow you to combine various spells, abilities, as well as using various weapons and equipment you find to fit your combat style. The game looks incredibly stunning and has long been on the wishlist for many. You'll use a mix of light and heavy attacks as well, being able to send out the staff as a projectile boomerang. You can even use it and climb tall and away from danger. I'm not sure if this is open world like Elden Ring or if it's going to be a little bit more linear in the way of progression and stuff like that, but it seems to be a nice variety of different environments and places to explore. Personally, I'm hoping this won't be super difficult and will be a nice challenge, as some of these bosses look incredible. There's a giant werewolf creature, what looks like an ice dragon, and just so many more cool kind of boss designs from the looks of things. Very animal inspired. Black Myth Wukong is coming to PC and PS5 on August 20th for $49.99 for the standard edition, or $59.99 for the deluxe edition, with the Xbox release following later, as they're still ironing out some issues with the release on that platform currently. Next up is Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment, best known for looking after the Division franchise. This is, in Ubisoft's words, the first ever open-world Star Wars game set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. It leaves the lightsabers and Jedi behind, though, as you play as Kay Vess, a scoundrel seeking freedom and the means to start a new life. You'll need to fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates, which, as you progress, will give you various ways to progress through the story, unlock new abilities, the promise of new and iconic locations, and it seems like they've gone for a space travel approach that sits between Starfield and No Man's Sky, having a nice kind of sequence from space to planet, but while you still get the kind of dogfight and space travel and everything like that going on as well. It's naturally getting a lot of hype, although some recent gameplay hands-on tests, people have recently didn't seem to say it looked as good as the initial trailers, and it did start to look a little bit dated and stuff. So we'll have to see if it's like an old build or something. Obviously, being Ubisoft, has various different editions you can purchase as well, and there's also a season pass all ready to go. The game will start at $59.99, with the gold edition coming in at $94.99, and then the ultimate edition is a whopping £114.99. This is part of Ubisoft Plus though, so if you do have that membership, you can then play the ultimate edition at no extra cost. On PC, it's only on Ubisoft Storefront or Epic Games Store, no Steam release for this, and it will be coming to Xbox and PlayStation as well. Explore more of the galaxy far, far away on August 30th. PlayStation's new hero shooter Concord is coming out currently on August 23rd. This is the new 5v5 game that had a closed and open beta earlier in July. I did a video on this and I actually enjoyed what I played of this, but it struggled to even get 3,000 players on Steam during those play tests, and they're asking for a $34.99 price tag as well. It's not going to be free to play. I would be surprised if this one doesn't get delayed, but it seems at the moment that Sony is just full steam ahead with this one. Sony have obviously sunk a lot of cash into this, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of appetite at the moment, especially if there's a price to even get involved, as like I said, these are usually free-to-play titles. It's got some Guardians of the Galaxy from Temu energy going on, but as I said, it actually was fun gameplay-wise. I actually enjoyed it. It's just a hard one to recommend when there's so little players in the beta, and there's an upfront cost and stuff like that, so this could struggle to get off the ground, but, you know, even the initial kind of drop-off of a new game, you might then get a spike of people at the beginning and then it's dropped off, and this game needs quite a few players to, you know, make sure queue times are quick and all that kind of stuff. It did have a diverse roster of characters, some maps that, to be fair, the maps were more similar to like Destiny 2 Crucible maps than like Overwatch or something like that. It was giving me those kind of vibes, and some nice ideas as well, but is it enough to go up against Overwatch 2 or even the upcoming Marvel Rivals, which recently had a playtest too? That, you know, it'll be interesting to see where this one lands, but I hope this does get a delay and Sony just rethink the offering and the pricing around this. It's kind of noble. They're trying to do the whole no battle pass, no microtransactions. It's a hero shooter, but, you know, you pay your upfront price and you're in. But then that has questions over the longevity and support of the game in the long term, and also just whether people will even go and pick that up to begin with as well. So yeah, also, you know, a Sony PSN account will be required to be linked as well. So, you know, when that comes out on Steam, you'll need to do that if you want to play on Steam, or you'll be able to play on the PS5. and that will be coming out on August 23rd. Continuing a series that has been around since the 90s, Visions of Mana is a brand new action RPG from Square Enix. Gather your party, explore the world in this semi-open world while you harness the power of the elementals. This will let you change between different classes and characters to suit your playstyle as you explore this colourful and vibrant world. This looks really nice, and JRPG fans will be having a good time here, I'm sure. You'll play as Val, a new soul guard, while your friend Hinna is chosen as an Alm of Fire. Together, you'll set off to travel to the Tree of Mana and rejuvenate the flow of mana by offering their souls. Visions of Mana is releasing on August 29th for PlayStation and Xbox consoles, as well as PC for $49.99 for the base edition or $64.99 for the digital deluxe edition. Next up, we have Level 0 Extraction. This is a new PvP extraction shooter with a twist. You'll be playing as a mercenary where you have to do your usual looting and shooting and try to get to the extract to progress and unlock new items and weapons. However, you'll be fighting other mercenaries who are also trying to do the same thing, and there's going to be PvE aliens and creatures that are in the facility with you as well. And then to top it off, the game is also an asymmetrical PvP game because players can choose to join the game as an alien, and then they will be looking to hunt down any remaining survivors before they extract. It's a really unique twist in the genre, is in my opinion what makes the tension really heighten. There was a playtest not too long ago, back around the time of the Steam Next Fest, and I was able to get involved with it, and it performed really well. I really enjoyed my time with it. Definitely had the PvP tension you get while playing Tarkov, but then the player aliens are around and you switch up your tactics because they're not necessarily weak to bullets. Their weakness is light. You want to be focusing on your flashlights and your glow sticks to keep them at bay. Players coming in as aliens can then get DNA, and they can exchange that DNA for progression. So it seems to work a little bit like scavving on Tarkov. If you've played Escape from Tarkov, you can load in as a scav, kind of low risk kind of option, and can help keep your progression moving along a little bit and just offers a different playstyle. But with this one, I feel like it's a complete different kind of set of mechanics and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a complete set of different mechanics, and so really interested to see how this one pans out. There's also traps and turrets to be mindful of as well. So there's the environmental hazards too, and door traps and turrets and trip mines and stuff. So really, really interesting. And then that's all blended in with some beautiful lighting and effects, which just means that the power can go out, and this can very quickly turn into a psychological horror game where you will need to decide whether you're going to hunt or be hunted. You can go in solo or with up to 2 teammates, and there will be quests, progression, gun customization, as well as melee combat. There will be at least 2 maps at launch. There's a facility and an old mine or a cave system of sorts, and they're quite distinct from each other, so quite interested to see how these maps end up coming out and if there's any more at launch. There will also be prox chat, so that's the usual roll of the dice with how that experience is for you, but this looks like a really nice addition and a spin on the extraction shooter genre, and I'm excited to jump into this. It's due to be released on August 13th on Steam, and currently no word on pricing, although it's expected to be between $20 and $40. Next up, we have upcoming indie titles. Kicking things off, we have Deathbound. This is a party-based Souls-like set in a world where faith and science clash. You'll transform between fallen warriors, picking up their unique skill sets and combat styles. You'll then need to conquer a brutal reality where life and death were never more conflicted. Now, just to clear up the party-based wording, as I feel this is a little misleading, it's party-based in the sense of a bit more like a JRPG or something that you can just swap between the warriors that you can equip, and you can kind of do that on the fly. It is not a multiplayer Souls-like. My initial reaction, and then looking at the Steam discussion forums, was that, oh, this is like a 4-player party-based kind of Souls-like that you can play with your friends, but it's not. It's a solo game. There isn't co-op. So just a word of warning there. Just want to highlight that just in case, because I think that will catch a few people out just because of the semantics or the implication of what party-based means. However, it's embracing the developer's Brazilian roots to create a rhythmic Souls-like to some degree while using the Afro-Brazilian martial art capoeira, and I think I'm saying that right, as you take down various enemies on your journey. This is set to release on August 8th for around €30 on Steam, Epic Games, PlayStation, and Xbox. It's also Steam Deck verified already as well, and there's a demo you can download on Steam and check it out right now. If 2024 had a trend, it's going to be body cam and horror. So they seem to go hand in hand at the moment, and that's kind of like the indie buzz combination. Demonsomnia is also embracing this fever in a new co-op multiplayer game set in the aftermath of a nuclear reaction. Don the gas mask, head into the forest, collect objects before returning to the mansion. In the mansion, there is a demon and you will need to hunt and take it down. You can do this in squads of up to 4 people and forage for equipment, buy weapons, and it's all from the perspective of the first person body cam to give that found footage vibe to the whole experience. Demonsomnia is planning to release into early access on August 13th on Steam, and there's no price currently, although the developers did say that it will be a reasonable price. Next we have Palworld without guns, or slavery, or Pokeballs. Creatures of Ava is an action-adventure creature saver game where you will tame creatures and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems to help save the planet from a life-consuming infection. Lots of choice words here where you tame, you don't catch, you let them lead you, you don't use them, and so on. So you play as a young nature explorer Vic, where you will explore 4 distinct biomes with more than 20 various wild creatures as you look to save lives and not end them. No price on this one yet, but it will be on PC and Xbox consoles as well, and it is going to be a day 1 on Game Pass. No PlayStation release for this one, and it will be out on August 7th. Another Star Wars game, and this time it's a remake of an old game I think I had on the GameCube back in the day. Maybe it was the PlayStation 2. Either way, Star Wars Bounty Hunter wasn't the Star Wars game I expected to be getting a remaster, but here we are. This third-person action-adventure lets you take control of Jango Fett as you are hired to capture a Dark Jedi set between the events of Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. You have your dual blasters, flamethrower, as well as your iconic Slave One ship, where you either get to revisit or experience the game for the first time. Hopefully this will be better received and will perform better than the earlier Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 remasters that came out back in March. As a remaster though, rather than a remake, this game may still have some rough parts to it, as it was kind of like a 6-7 out of 10 game back in the day. It wasn't without its flaws. It did get mixed reception, so we'll have to see how this one fares upon release. Coming out on August 1st and will be £16.75, although you can grab a 10% discount if you pre-order. What are you doing? Don't pre-order. We don't pre-order. Never pre-order. Okay, moving on. Tactical Breach Wizards is an XCOM-like where you lead a team of renegade wizards wearing Kevlar through turn-based battles to unravel a modern conspiracy plot. The wizards have unique spells and abilities as well as a variety of weapons, while you're able to experiment and combine these to make some interesting plays to take out your enemies. Now, although I said it's an XCOM-like, the devs have said categorically what this game isn't, and they did say it's not XCOM. It's a shorter game, more story-driven, and there's no base building. It is turn-based tactical combat, but it's story-driven with handcrafted levels and character development with your various wizards. I just say XCOM because as far as tactical kind of RPGs go, XCOM's the only real one that I play in that genre, but yeah, there's a demo you can try on Steam right now and see if it's for you, and you can then decide what genre it is. And the game is planning to release on August 22nd, so there's no price currently at the moment. An upcoming cel-shaded blend of genres, Dustborn sees you take control of your band as you embark on a road trip across the dystopian divided states of America. Played this back in the Steam Next Fest, and it was like a mix of Life is Strange, Road 96, and then a little bit of like Guitar Hero or Rock Band thrown in. I love this setting when it's like an alternative reality where history changed slightly, so now the United States are now divided and dangerous. There's no price on this one yet, although it's coming to all consoles bar the Switch and to PC as well. There's a demo on Steam you can pick up if you want to try and see what it's like for yourself as well. Dustborn will be released on August 20th. This next one is on my wish list, and from the images, I'm excited to give this one a go. This is Dawn of Defiance, an open world survival craft game based in the midst of Greek mythology, where you will ascend from a weak soldier to a godlike anti-hero. You can play this with up to 3 friends as you build impressive Greek structures, craft and upgrade your gear, and face down the trials of the gods. No word on pricing yet, but it's planning to release into early access on Steam on August 15th, and I'm looking forward to checking this out on the channel once it's out. Something a little bit different now. This is Supermoves. It's an ultimate parkour showdown where you and your friends run, jump, and grind rails to glory. Various modes, and it even has its own mode creator and level designer at launch. This is giving a more realistic looking vibe to something like Fall Guys. It's a 40-player knockout royale by default, but like I said, there's different modes as well. Looks really fun and colorful, and it'll be interesting to see if it can get a community of people together, as it looks really promising. You can switch between first or third person if you prefer, and there are single player options as well as multiplayer too. There's a demo on Steam, and it's just coming to Steam from the looks of things at the moment, with a release date of August 28th. Another Steam Next Fest demo that I tried, this next one is called Thalassa, Edge of the Abyss. Uncover the mystery of Thalassa in this first-person psychological drama set under the sea. Your former crew and friends have perished, and it's up to you to find answers on board the wreckage in this melancholic underwater journey of human stories facing life and loss. In the demo, it seemed to have some really cool puzzles, nice voice acting, a lovely kind of art style and vibe to it as you explore the wreckage in search of answers. Thalassa, Edge of the Abyss is coming out on August 1st to Steam, and there's a playable demo available right now as well. The wiki page and some articles that I saw said it's coming to PlayStation and Xbox too, but the dev's website only mentioned Steam. I couldn't see a store page for it on PlayStation or Xbox, so maybe that's coming at a later date further down the line. No price on this one at the moment either. There's a new section I wanted to include on these videos moving forward, and it's just something to cover some noteworthy DLC that's being released. So first up, we have Atlas Fallen, Reign of Sand, which is free DLC with an expanded world, new enemies, progression, and quests. It's kind of being billed as an ultimate version of the game, of the original kind of Atlas Fallen. This is from Deck 13 and Focus Entertainment, and it released back last year to slightly above average reviews. It says mixed on Steam, but mostly positive on recent reviews, and almost a year later, on August 6th, the Reign of Sand free DLC will give you a better way to experience Atlas Fallen. If you played Flintlock recently, the Siege of Dawn, Banishers, or Forspoken that came out earlier in the year, this fits with those in the third-person action adventure game genre. Like I said, this one's completely free, and so if you already have the base game, you can check it out and see what it's like. The other DLC I wanted to highlight today was for the excellent Dredge. The Iron Rig is the latest DLC, which is coming on August 15th, boasting an extra 2 to 5 hours of content, a brand new side story, new craftable equipment, and gear with over 50 new fish as well, and some new enhanced abilities and achievements to boot. Always here for more Dredge. This game is fantastic. If you haven't played it yet, if you haven't got it, get it. What are you doing? It's a great game on the Steam Deck too. Lovely art style. Hot recommend if you haven't had a chance to play it yet. And for those that have, I'm sure the Iron Rig is already on your wish list. No word on pricing. The last DLC was $5.99. Might follow a similar price, or it might be a little bit more, as I think from the sounds of it, the Iron Rig is going to be a bit of a bigger DLC than the last one. Anyway, can't wait for this one. And then another new section, just to try and structure this a little bit. This is going to be covering betas, playtests, some of the things that are coming up. And I know some people always wonder like, oh, how do you know about this playtest? How do you know about this coming up and stuff like that? So I thought I'd include some of the ones that I'm aware of on this list at least. And then you can kind of keep your eyes peeled to sign up and register if any of these take your interest. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is getting its closed beta and then its open beta. So the closed portion is on August 30th for those that have pre-ordered the game on console or PC, or if you're a Game Pass subscriber, you can also get on the action too. This early access beta, closed beta kind of thing, this will launch August 30th until September 4th. And then they'll run the open beta, which is for everyone else, from September 6th until September 9th. You'll be able to try out the new Omni movement system, as well as trying out the new modes and new weapons available in this year's COD. Next, we have the Chinese Battlefield, as some people are calling it. It's basically having another beta soon. This is Delta Force Hawk Ops. Had a recent playtest for its free modes a couple of weeks ago in July. They're planning to have another beta on August 6th. There will be a story-driven mode, the multiplayer all-out warfare mode, which is a bit like Battlefield. That's where it's getting a lot of comparisons to. And then you also have the extraction shooter mode, which is kind of like Tarkov, but probably a little bit closer to Call of Duty's DMZ mode that they had. This is a new free-to-play title coming soon. From what I've seen, it does look very impressive. I've seen a few videos of other content creators that got hands-on with it and looks really, really fun. Yet to get my hands on this one personally myself, so here's hoping I can try it when the beta drops. You can head on over to their website to register interest for the beta. I feel like I've had this one on my list for a while. This is called Ashes of Creation, and the Alpha 2 test on their website, this is an MMO, and it's an Alpha 2 test that's apparently coming Q3 2024. That only really leaves August and September for that to happen. So again, keep your eyes peeled on their socials website for this one, because it could drop at any point over the next 2 months. This has been an MMO that I feel like has been in development for a long time. I remember following this, I think since like 2020 or something like that. And I think even longer before that. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for this one. If this is up your street, you might be able to get into the Alpha 2 test if they go ahead with the Q3 2024 plan. And finally, we have Path of Exile 2 beta, which is coming soon. So there's no confirmed date on this, but they do have their website ready where you can sign up for the beta and they'll let you know as soon as it drops. And it will be a closed beta to begin with. Played a little bit of Path of Exile, and I've been starting to see a lot of Path of Exile 2 as well. So interested in check that out and see if we can get involved with that when that drops too. Anyway, appreciate the new sections. I tried to just make it a little bit more streamlined for like bigger releases, indies. the DLCs, and then some kind of betas and playtests. So hopefully that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what games you're looking forward to playing this month. As always, a super busy month with a lot of games I want to try, so it's going to be a busy August for sure. Lots of videos and content coming to the channel as well. We've got some first impressions, reviews, and let's plays. Might even squeeze in a stream or two as well. Thank you so much for watching, for the support, and if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, drop a comment below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.